Hey everyone, here with an overview of the mansions added in the GTA Online Safehouse in the Hills DLC. There's a total of 3 different mansions up for purchase, ranging from $11.5 million all the way up to $12.8 million, without the discounts that you could have gotten before the release. This is just the base price, and it can get far more expensive, all the way up to about $18 million, but this is highly dependent on what you'll decide to add and customize about your mansion. Speaking of which, aside from the usual changing of colors and decor, as well as giving a different look to your interior altogether, which can get a little pricey, there's also some additional rooms that you can add to your mansion as well, which include an armory for a cool $720,000, the arcade for $950,000, the podium where you can show off one of your favorite vehicles for $650,000, and finally the vehicle workshop for a cool $880,000. I would say out of all of these, the one that is actually the most useful is probably the vehicle workshop, as it actually allows you to just customize your cars while you're there. The other super useful addition to the mansion is the security. While it will cost you nearly $1.8 million, the security upgrade for your mansion will completely eliminate any and all raids for your businesses. Yes, that includes that notorious bug that has been going on with the ghost raids for the CEO warehouses for all these years. It is a hefty price, but if you're someone who takes businesses serious and does them actively, this could potentially be something that is extremely useful in the future, if you still plan on doing businesses, that is. And finally, the AI assistant, which has 3 different voices, one of which is extremely sus. So if you're in a public area, let me just warn you before I play the following clip.
So good to meet you. I'm Angel. Can I call you Daddy?
Once the mansion has been purchased and you're at the front door, you can then look on your right for some free snacks, because spending $18 million, free snacks is definitely a nice bonus. The tablet that you see on this wall and various other locations within your mansion is basically your go-to hub for all your mansion services, including a boost to your businesses. Every 24 hours, you'll be able to select one of your businesses, for example, your bunker, which is the weapons one, where you'll be able to get a production boost, allowing your product to be made just a little bit quicker. I would assume this is on the similar type of thing as the asset business, which I believe, if I recall correctly, was about 50%. So very nice indeed. But what's even nicer is the fast travel option that will allow you to fast travel to literally every property within the game, which includes the terabyte. And in case you're wondering, wait, how am I going to teleport to a terabyte that's not even actually out and called in? Well, if you exit a terabyte, you'll then actually exit into the nightclub or outside of the garment factory, depending on where you parked it. Super useful, and yes, it does even include your MC businesses too. So if you were to combine that with the Master Control Terminal that I'll show you later in the video, you will then be able to just start a thing for a Master Control Terminal in that room, walk to a tablet or the TV that is right in front of it, and then just simply fast travel to the business you just started a sale mission for. Super useful, super nice, but expensive. Luckily though, the fun doesn't stop there. For those animal lovers out there, you are able to purchase both a cat as well as a dog, and you can choose a variety of them and give them a name. And yes, you are able to both pet them and find them in various locations around your house, which is indeed very nice, as it will make the house feel a bit more lived in. When you're done petting your new dog, you can then make your way to the little gym section here, which you'll be able to not only give yourself some more strength if you still not have that stat maxed out, you can also get a temporary boost to which I would assume is more damage. There's also yoga on top of the roof, which seemingly will give you a bit of a speed boost, which is similar to the stuff you would find in those updated TDMs. So if you ever feel like doing some exercising in your video game, you can now go and do that. When you're done pumping the iron, you can make your way to the bar section, where on the right of it, you can also find a dartboard, as well as the ability to drink and or make some drinks for some friends if you choose to do so, giving you that full-on social hub experience that you might want from the mansion. For those more interested in getting down and dirty, you can then also make your way up again towards the office section, where you will find the before mentioned master control terminal, where you can manage your businesses like you have done various times before. From the master control terminal, you can make your way down here for the next bit of interesting things about the mansion. Here you'll be able to find this map, which will show you every single property that you own on the map, which is actually just a nice attention detail. And on the left of the map, you'll be able to find 5 trophy cabinets, where each of them can be filled with a trophy that you've earned through various different things that you've done in GTA Online over the last couple of years. On the wall next to that, you can hang up to 8 plaques if you are someone who is on the enhanced version of the game and have done various tier 4 challenges. It is a nice way for you to be able to show off to your friends or even to yourself to see physically some of the things that you've done aside from the bonuses you would get from like the tier 4 challenges. Personally, I think this is one of the nicest thing about the mansion in the game, because it kind of like really allows you to have that mansion be a feeling of, these are all the things that I accomplished. I now have this rather large house with all my accomplishments within them. Speaking of which, you can also turn around on the right of the map and you'll be able to find yourself where it is the display for a favorite vehicle or whichever you want to put there on your podium. In order to do this, what you want to do is you want to have that particular vehicle stored within the garage of the mansion. When you've done that, you want to then head towards the garage and then go to the vehicle management system on the left side when you enter. There you'll be able to select either to have it displayed on the podium or in one of the 2 spots outside of your mansion. It is worth noting, by the way, that if you do have this on the podium or outside, you obviously won't be able to make use of the vehicle workshop, so if you want to upgrade or change something about your car, you have to transfer it back to your garage first. Next to the podium behind this door, there's a little theater hidden here where you'll be able to see the movie Meltdown. I'm gonna choose not to show too much of it, as I'm fairly certain that Rockstar doesn't like you showing in-game TV and movies, so. But you know, go see it if you've never seen it. I know I personally haven't in all these years. Maybe it's time to finally go and do that sometime. From there, you can also start heading down, where there's also various other things that you can find. Think, for example, the armory, as well as the arcade, and also the vault and the nightclub. The vault in particular is an interesting one that I haven't quite figured out just yet. It's a rather strange room that seems to be filled to the brim with cash and gold, with no real logical explanation as to why. As, you know, in the case of my PS5 character, where you're seeing footage of, I at that point had $211 million and have done various tier 4 challenges. Heck, I've done all of them except for the latest one that was added with the update. But my PC character looked relatively similar, but is a lot more broke and has done a lot less. As for the arcade, you can really just put a bunch of arcade systems there, and there seemingly is no other benefit to it other than you having a different location where you can play arcade games in. And yes, in case you are wondering, you are able to own all 3 mansions, allowing you to store up to 60 vehicles and probably have a rather large hole in your bank account. Mind you, you are able to say, hey, I own 3 mansions, and will also allow you to store more trophies if you want to go ahead and display them, as you're only able to store 5 of them in each mansion. But the big question really is it really worth the money? That is something that is going to be entirely up to you. From a gameplay point of view, you really only get 2 things out of it. You get to meet Michael and have a conversation with him, as well as play 1 singular mission with him. The other missions from Avi, the No Way missions, are completely free and don't require you to buy anything. So unless you care about having something that is effectively like an endgame thing to GTA Online, there really is no real use of spending this amount of money in what is a rather large property. It is genuinely a very impressive and very cool property to own, but if it's worth that kind of money, honestly, would be entirely up to you, and I can't really judge that for you. But I can tell you that I personally really enjoy owning all three. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all later.